peaches and basil. It's a great flavor combination, right?
Summer.
Exactly. So we have Chef Virginia Willis, author of Lighten Up, y'all.
Lighten up, y'all.
Lighten up, y'all. Thanks for stopping by.
It's Friday, right? You gotta lighten up.
It's Friday in a big way. This is the first dish of 2 that we're making today.
Yes.
If we could just get a picture of this. This is if a picture paints 1,000 words, then that's about 1 billion of them. How are we going to make something that delicious today?
This is so easy. This is one of my favorite recipes from my most recent book. The first thing we have is I've got some boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Okay.
Okay, and I often don't like to use boneless, skinless chicken breast because they can be dry.
Yeah, that's a knock on them. Could you use chicken thighs instead?
You could use chicken thighs,
Okay.
but what happens with this is it's a combination of peaches. And so we have this sort of light gravy that's sweet with the chicken stock and the peaches, and so it's not dry.
Perfect.
It's not dry. So the first thing I have here is we've seasoned the chicken breast with salt and pepper, and then I've just simply seared them. These are not cooked.
Okay, so don't eat them after step 1.
Yeah, don't eat them after step 1. And then what we have here in the bottom of the pan, this is what's called fond. Like, I'm fond of you.
Huh.
Okay, so
I never knew that term.
Or also known as yummy brown bits of goodness.
That's the one I'm more familiar with.
All right, so what we're going to do, though, we're going to make a pan sauce. So the first thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add a little bit of ginger.
Okay.
All right, and
Ginger, really?
Yeah, the
With this
ginger
peach and
and
basil.
peaches. So this is a what's called a knob of ginger.
Okay.
All right, and I don't always peel it.
Really? You just put it in with everything on it?
So what you can do is, like, if you scrape it with your fingernail and it's tender and it can scrape, then I don't worry about peeling it. If it's
harder or
tough,
older,
then you can peel it. But ginger is very fibrous, and so what we'll do is we'll slice some very thin slices like that, which cuts the fibers, right?
And this is great because people are always talking about the health benefits of ginger,
Yes.
but people only use it in their stir fries or when they're doing certain Asian recipes. So this is great.
So then I'll just
Matchstick it.
matchstick it, exactly. Fingers bent, thumb tucked.
Yeah, we don't want any accidents.
You only don't tuck that thumb
almost
once.
made it to the weekend. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'll go back. All right. And then now that's chopped.
Okay. So that's what starts our pan sauce,
Exactly.
or our fond.
Well, the fond is the brown bits in the bottom of the pan, and
Okay.
now we're starting our pan sauce. So I'm going to add a little bit of ginger.
Okay.
All right. I also have shallot.
Perfect.
Okay.
Part of the onion family.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you can't find shallot or don't want to use shallot, you could use a sweet onion.
Okay.
Of course, being from Georgia, I'm kind of partial to Vidalia.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are your onions of choice.
And so I just slice it. You don't even have to chop it, just to slice it.
And on the whole, would you say these are a little bit more mild than your regular onions?
Yeah, a little bit more mild. All right, so I'm going to add my shallot.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're going to add a little bit of garlic.
Yes, please.
Okay. So this is it. This is so simple. May I ask you to pull some of those basil leaves off the stems?
Yeah, I'll put whatever
I'm
you
going
want.
to show
Here we
you.
go.
We're going to do another little technique. So what's happening here is the onion, the shallot rather, is going to cook just a little bit. Okay. And then what we'll do is we're going to add our peaches.
Okay.
Now this time of year, these peaches are known as freestone peaches. In the beginning of the season, you know, it sticks to the seed. Well, towards the end of the season,
Because it's been ripening so much.
it's a different kind.
Huh.
You know, I love peaches. I actually grew up next to Peach County, Georgia.
Well, then, yeah, you are the expert.
I'm a
Oh, so you got it all without the pit.
exactly. So that's known as a freestone. All right, so we'll
Because
quarter
it's
those.
a stone fruit.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll quarter these and add that. And then now what I'm going to do, we're going to put our basil back in.
Okay, should we chiffonade it? How do you want to
Yeah,
cut?
let's
All right.
do that. Show off with
I
your
pay
knife
attention.
technique. There you go. That's great. So this is a chiffonade. So you stack the leaves as you did, one on top of the other, and then cut in those little thin ribbons. I'll ask you to put it in.
Give it a little pizzazz right there.
Right, that's it exactly. We're going to season it with just a little bit of pepper.
Now, I think the only thing that we have left is the
Chicken stock.
Chicken stock.
Exactly.
Put that in.
So now we put that in. My oven is preheated to 350.
Wow.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a,
so
isn't that
good.
amazing?
This is something.
Pop that in the oven for about
Okay.
20 minutes.
And then it looks something like
and
this.
then it looks like this.
Oh, this looks so
Super
good.
easy. And one of the things that
a
I
one-pan
suggest,
dish.
it's a one-pan dish. You could serve it with couscous. That would be lovely, rice, noodles. But one of the things that I encourage is that we are so accustomed to having a whole chicken breast. And really, this is 2.5 pounds of meat.
Yeah, we don't need that much.
We don't need that much. So this would actually serve 6, and you eat a half a chicken breast, and you have a whole peach per person.
So we got to fill up on the good stuff.
Yeah, you want it with these delicious fruits, and then you're full and satiated.
Now, for right now, we're out of time, but later in the show, we are going to make some stuffed tomatoes.
Yes, exactly.
Good. Please don't go anywhere because it
I'm
smells
not.
so good. In the meantime,